Good morning. My name is Vijay Benipur, Professor in Child Nursing, and I'm from Sri Balaji College of Nursing. Today I'm going to take the subject on nursing research. So my topic is communication and reporting of research findings and types of error. The first slide we will see communicating research findings. So what is communicating research findings? So research is not complete until it is written up and its result shared, not only with other researchers who may build upon it to further advance the study, but also with those who may benefit from it, who may use it and who have a stake in it. So those who have done their research, they'll be using your research for their further references. They may use it to see their final studies. They will compare with your studies. So this communicating research is very important after finishing your study research. So etymologically, the Latin communico relates to participation and sharing. The communo relates to participation and sharing. Communication and sharing are two words sharing the same concept. Next slide, we will see why communicate research result. Essential for utilization, allow for other researchers to predict, stimulates others to replicate or develop similar studies. Provide rewards for the researcher. So essential for utilization is, so your study, they may be utilizing for the further references. So it may be utilized in various ways. Allows for other researchers to critic in the sense, so what the problem had, we have to change your methodology. So a critic related to why and all those questions will be arising. So the researchers can follow up and she can change so whatever is needed in your study. Stimulates others to replicate or develop similar studies. So you can, 5 years back, they might have studied the same study. So now you can replicate your study, but the findings and settings will be different. Provides reward for the researcher. Provide rewards for the researcher, it says recognition, advancement, psychological boost, and financial compensation. So these are all the four things will be rewarding for the researchers if the research is good. Next slide, we will go on with ways to communicate research results. No research project is complete until the final report has been written. So till you finish your studies and you have to write your report, and all those things will be your final one. Thesis and dissertations, we call it as research results presented at professional conference, and we call it for abstracts. So your research will be, you can present it as a research paper or presenting as a research posters in the conferences. Publishing a journal article, so you can publish your research in the journal articles, whether it may be in international or Indian journals. Newsletters and foundation reports, so you can utilize in that one your researchers, nursing organization, agencies, TV, radio, popular magazines, and you can utilize with the patients also what you have done a research. So how you will present the oral reports. So what are the things you have to see? So most conferences require prospective presenters to submit an abstract of 500 to 1000 words rather than a complete paper. So no need of putting the whole thesis. So only 500 to 1000 words is enough to submit, to complete your paper. Abstract can usually be submitted online. So abstracts can be submitted in the online. Each conference has its own guidelines for abstract content and form. So each conference has its own guidelines. They have their own guidelines. So according to that one, you can make your content and a form. In some cases, abstracts are submitted to the organizer of a particular session on a given topic. In some conferences, you have to submit to the organizers. They will be organizing it in a particular session on a given topic, you can present it. In other cases, conference sessions are organized after the fact with related papers grouped together. In other cases, so together you can organize and you can be presenting your papers, related papers. Next, we'll see abstracts are evaluated on the basis of the quality and originality of the research and the appropriateness of the paper for the conference audience. So abstracts are evaluated on the basis of the quality. So how the abstract is evaluated, it depends upon the quality and originality, how you have done your research, whether it is original, your quality, your appropriateness of the paper for the conference, it will be presented to the audience. If abstract is accepted, researchers, a committee appear at the conference to make a presentations. So the committee will be sitting, so you have to appear before them to present it. Research report presented at professional meeting usually follow a traditional IMRAD format. So IMRAD is nothing but introduction, methodology, result and analysis and discussion format. So you have to make like this format and you have to make an abstract related to the IMRAD. The time allotted for presentation usually is about 10 to 15 minutes. So within up to 5 minutes for question and from the audience. So the time allotted for the presentation of your study is about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and the 5 minutes is only allotted for the questions for the audience. So within the time limit, the whole your research study should be in an IMRAD format. Therefore, only the most important aspect of the study with special emphasis on the results can be included. It is especially challenging to condense a qualitative report to a brief oral summary without losing the rich, in-depth character of the data. Next, we can see the poster presentations. So how we have to present in posters. Researchers sometimes elect to present their findings in poster sessions. So some researchers will be elect to present. So you have to present in the poster session. So what you have to do? What is the guidelines? So abstract often similar to those required for an oral presentation must be submitted to conference organization according to the specific guidelines. So the organizers will be giving you a guideline. So according to the guideline, you have to prepare the abstract and you have to present the poster presentations. In poster sessions, several researchers simultaneously present visual displays summarizing the highlights of the study, and conference attendees circulate around the exhibit area pursuing displays. In this fashion, those interested in a particular topic can devote time to discussing the study with the researcher and bypass posters dealing with the topics of less interest. So you may present, you may summarize, you can display your findings, you can highlight, which is very important in your study. So those who are attending this conference can come and see, which is exhibited in the conference, in the posters. So they will come and see and say, have a discussion with you. So for the clarifications of doubts. So this is the way you have to do a poster presentation. Poster sessions are just efficient and encourage one-on-one discussions. Poster sessions are typically 1 to 2 hours in length. So posters, it should be around 1 to 2 hours in length. Researchers to stand near their posters throughout the session to ensure effective communication. So you have to stand near the posters. So you have to give them, so whatever questions they ask you, you have to clarify all the doubts. Bullet points, graphs, and photos are especially useful device on a poster for communicating a lot of information quickly. So which is a highlighting point, the bullet points you can use, graphs and photos. So these posters are communicating a lot of information that you can give to the attendees. Large, bold fonts are essential. So when you make a poster, it should be, the font size will be bold enough and large. because posters are often read from a distance of several feet. So those who are, they can read from a long distance. So we need a large and a bold fonts are essential. Another issue is that posters may be sturdily constructed for transport to the conference site. So conference site, so another issue of the poster must be sturdily constructed. So it should be transported. You have to see to the conference site. So you have to be careful with all those things. It is important to follow the conference guidelines in determining some in such matters as poster size. So depends upon the guidelines. You have to see how much 4 feet high, 6 or 8 feet wide. So these are the things you have to determine. You have to see the guidelines, what they have given while you are presenting a posters format, allowable display materials, and so on. Next, we can see findings of the study. The findings of the study are a presentation of the result in the form of data or facts. The reporting of the data is an objective process, no opinion. So the presentation of your study may be result in the form of data. Data means in the tabulation form, in a graph form, in a data form you have to present it. Findings are written in the past tense and are the results of data analysis. So findings are written in the past. So you have to write the findings in the past tense, not in the future or the present tense. So past tense you have to write, and are the results of data analysis. They also include a description of the study sample, whether any subjects are dropped out. So you can say what difficulty you have faced in your collection sample or study sample. So you can also, so whether your subject have dropped out, whether you cannot able to get the samples, all those things you can also write. Descriptive stats are also was always used, but inferential stats are only used when hypotheses are tested or research questions are posed. So descriptive stats is mainly descriptive statistics are always used, but inferential statistics are only used. So inferential stats we use whether hypotheses are tested. So according to that one, you have to make. Next, presentation of findings. So narrative presentation. The findings should be clearly and concisely presented in the text. As much attention should be given to data that fail to support as to those that do support. So when you are writing or presenting of findings, so it should be very clearly, concisely presented in the text. The statistical test, the test result, the degree of freedom, and the probability values should be listed. So what all the result you have got, the test result, the degree of freedom, everything should be listed in your findings and it should be narrated. In qualitative research, the narrative presentation will have many direct quotes than a summary of patterns and themes found in the data. In qualitative research, so many of narrative presentations may have direct quotes that all should be written in the form of data. Next, we have tables, meaning of organized. So tables. So your analysis interpretation of data will be in the table form and in the figures. So tables meaning of organizing data so that they may be more easily understood and interpreted. So you have to organize your data and you have to, it should be interpreted. Information presented in tables should be discussed in the text. Informations which all you have presented in the table should be described. It should be discussed in the text also. Tables should appear as soon as possible after they have been referred to in the text. Tables should appear. So tables should appear as soon as possible. So table should be there and it should be referred to the text. Tiles should be clear. Titles should be clear, concise, and contains the variables that are presented. So your title should be very clear, concise, and it should contain the variables that are presented. All data entries should be rounded to the same number of decimal places. Decimal point should line up. So all it should be highlighted, the decimal places, the decimal points should be lined up. Where data are not available, it should be used. So where data are not available should be, so if data is not available, it also should be used. Figures, any visual presentation other than a table, graph, diagram, drawings, etc. So figures, you have figures, any visual presentations, figures. So figures, any visual presentations other than a table. So you can have a pie diagram, you have a graphs, you have a drawings, so etc. which you can represent in your figures. So what is the discussion of findings we will see? Explain the meaning of the information in easily understood terms. So it should be, so whenever you are explaining, it should be easily understandable. The term should be easy to those who are going to study your research. Discuss how reliability and validity were maintained. So you have to discuss how reliable and valid your research is, and it should be maintained. Discuss the weakest links. So any weakest points or weakest related to your study, you can have a true confession of your weakest links. Discuss the result in terms of whether they were. So discuss the result in terms of whether they were, in the sense, first we have significant and in keeping with those predicted. Significant keeping with those predicted. Non-significant, you can also explain. Significant but opposite to those predicted. Mixed results, you have unexpected. So compare results to previous study. So what you have studied, they might have studied 10 years back or 5 years back. You may have a compare with your previous studies and all those things. Discuss statistical and clinical significance. You have to discuss about your significance and your stats. What is your conclusion is? Conclusion, the researcher attempts to show what knowledge have been gained by the study and also tries to generalize that knowledge considering the population and the sample. So what is your conclusion? The researcher should know how much your sample have gained about the study, generalize your knowledge about the population and the sample. So it should have, your conclusion should address these 4 points. Was the study problem answer? What your study problem has been answered or not? Was the research purpose, your research purpose has been met? Was the research hypothesis has been, which hypothesis has been supported to your study? Was the theoretical framework is also supported? So all these should be met with the conclusions. Next is implication. This gives the researchers the opportunity to be creative, give the meaning of the conclusion of the body of knowledge for theory and for the practice. So implication, you can, what you have studied, you can be implicated in the theory and also for the practice. So it contains suggestions for making changes, for implementing findings, for further studies, and for incorporation into the body of knowledge of nursing and other disciplines. So your study, your further studies may be incorporated body of knowledge of nursing and other disciplines, whether your study can be used in other disciplines also. So recommendations for further research. So logical extension of the study, answer the question, what comes next? Replication of the study may be a different, so replication of the studies, those who have studied before, replications the same study you will be doing it, but the sample and the settings will be differ. So if there are not done, implementation of research finding are seriously hampered. If these are not done, then your research will be hampered. Correction of the study limitations. So your limitation of the study, your sample, your instrument, control of variable, a change in the methodology, you can do all your corrections. That can be given in the recommendation. Next, we are going to see about types of research report. So what is the types of research report we have? Although the general form and structure of research report are fairly consistent across different types of reports, certain requirements may vary. So there may be a general form. It may be depends. It may different types of report. Different. This one you have to. According to that, you have to make a research report. This section describes features of four major kinds of research report. In that one, we have thesis and dissertations, traditional journal articles, online reports, and presentation of the professional meeting. The reports for class projects are excluded. So reports for the class project director, they have a very mini project. So that is unimportant. So for it is of a smaller scale, so it can sometimes be excluded also. So final reports to agencies that have sponsored research also are not described. Most funding agency issues reporting guidelines that can be secured from project officers. Next, we'll see about the thesis and dissertations. Most doctoral degrees are granted on the successful completion of an empirical research project. So this empirical, according to empirical, the PhD's degrees are granted. So empirical theses are sometimes required for masters. So this thesis also required for the master degree candidates as well as most university have a preferred format for their dissertation. So it depends upon the university, they have a format for their dissertations. So you have to do according to the format of your university. Until recently, most schools use a traditional IMBRAD format. So I have already said before, we have an IMBRAD format. So introduction, methodology, result and analysis and discussions. So this is the format we are using. And for the abstract, the following organization for a traditional dissertation is. So what is a traditional method of following? Preliminary pages, title page, acknowledgement page, table of content, list of tables, list of figures, main body. What is the main body content? So these are the things where we have preliminary page, title page, acknowledgement, table of content table, list of tables are defined, main body. So what the main body contains? Chapter 1, we have introduction. So we will be introducing what is your study of what is the statement of your problem. So we will be in the introduction, you can see, and a review of the literature. So review of the previous studies that can be done by somebody. We can get through the journals and we can concise and we have to write in the review of the literatures. And chapter 3, we have a methodology. Methodology is nothing but sample size, sample settings, designs, and sampling technique. All these methods we have adapted to that one. Chapter 4, we have result. So analysis, interpretation, and data, that is the result. So in the result, we have seen we have to put in a table form and table figures, bar diagram, so you can represent it. Chapter 5 is a discussion and summary. Already we have discussed it before itself. And supplementary pages. So for supplementary pages, you need to add something. Supplementary pages and bibliography appendix. So the references. So where you have got, where you have referred for introductions, all those things, you will be putting in the bibliography. The preliminary pages of front matter for dissertation are much the same as those for a scholarly book. So the preliminary page is nothing but a front matter for dissertations. So for a scholarly book, so it will be the same for everything. The title page indicates the title of the study. The title page is nothing but what you are going to study, the statement of the problem, is it the author name, your name, the degree requirement being fulfilled, whether it is an MSc, BSc or the PhD, that is requirement being fulfilled. The name of the university awarded, so which university is awarding your degree, under which university you are doing your master's, your PhD. So that university you have to write. The date for the submission of the report. So when you have last the final date of submission of the report, the date you have to submit, you have to write it in there, and the signatures of the dissertation committee members. So those are the committee members for the dissertation. They all have to sign in your dissertations, in your title page itself. So that is the thing. Next one, we have an acknowledgement page. Acknowledgement is nothing but we give opportunity to express appreciation to those who contributed to the project. So those are willing, so those who have helped you or those who have contributed you. So all those things you can appreciate them, express your gratitude, and you can be, you can write. The table of contents outlines the major section and subsections of the report. The table of the content in the sense, you have a subsections and the sections also indicating which the reader will find those sections of interest. So you have a table subsections, whether you need, they can see the page and they can go to that section, interest of their section, they will be reading it. The list tables and figures identified by number, title, and the page, the tables and figures that appear. So which page, the page number, the title, and all those things should be there. The main body of a traditionally formatted dissertation incorporates the IMRAT section described earlier. So in a traditional formatted, we have an abstract should be kept. The literature review often is so extensive that a separate chapter may be devoted. So we have a literature review chapter. So you have to, we have a separate way you will refer. You have to refer the journal, books, and then you have to incorporate in it. When a short review is sufficient, the first two chapters may be combined. So a short review, you have to write those who have studied about your studies previously. Next we see, in some cases, a separate chapter may also be required to elaborate the study conceptual framework. So we need a separate chapter for the study of conceptual framework. It should be according to your study, the conceptual framework should be. The supplementary pages include a bibliography or list references used to prepare the report and one or more appendixes. So the supplementary should include a bibliography also and a list of references used to prepare a report. An appendix contains information and material relevant to the study that are either too lengthy or too tangential to be incorporated into the body of the report. Data collection instruments, scoring instructions, code books, cover letters, permission letters, category schemes, and peripheral statistical tables are examples of the kinds of material included in the appendix. So which all should be included in the appendixes? Data collection instruments, scoring instructions, code books, cover letters, permission letters, category schemes, and peripheral statistical tables you can be included in the appendix. Some university also require the inclusion of a brief curriculum vitae of the researchers. So sometimes the researchers a brief curriculum can be vitae. The CV can be also be included in the appendix. Next, we see a new approach to formatting dissertation or thesis is a paper format thesis. The front matter and material and the end are similar to those in a traditionally formatted thesis, but the main sections differs. In a typical paper format thesis, there is an introduction. So we have a typical format thesis where we have an introduction. So one or two publishable papers and then a conclusion. Such a format obviously permits students to move directly from thesis to the, so some will have a permission of students to move directly from the thesis to the journal submission. They can submit in an international or the Indian journals, but it's somewhat more demanding than a traditional format. Morris and Triplus offer three possible scenarios for the papers to be included in the paper format thesis. What is a paper format thesis? We have three focusing on, one paper focusing on a literature review, followed by a second paper. So discussing about the research result. So one paper will have a literature review. So previously those who have studied, you can concise and you can write it in the literature review. And the second paper will be discussing about what your findings are so that you can write it. The second two or more papers focusing on different research findings for the single research project. So one or two paper is enough to write your single research. A simple project report can be written in 1 or 2 pages. So one methodological page describing the development of an instrument. So what instrument you have used in it, your tools and all those things you can be presenting. And second, presenting research findings that your research analysis interpretation of data findings can be presented. Next, we'll see in an academic institution does not use a paper for so. In some institutions, they will not use a paper format. Students will need to, in an academic institution does not use a paper format thesis. A student will need to adapt the thesis dissertation before submitting for the publication. The revision of the thesis dissertation takes skill. So Boyle, 1997, he has told, also provided pointers to the new recipients of the doctoral degrees on how to publish their qualitative dissertations. So he has said, so there are various pointers for the new recipients, those are doing their doctoral degrees and how you have to publish your qualitative dissertation. This advices focus on how to divide upon and dissect the dissertation to generate 2 or more publications.